When I was little, my aunt always used to take me down the street to a place where there were a lot of bottles and cans. We would give the big bags we collected for weeks to a random guy, and he would give us money for them. Before, I thought this guy just liked to keep cans for some weird reason, and I would get free money, which I didn't mind. But as I grew up, I found out this concept was called recycling, where they would repurpose these cans and bottles into something new. From then on, I continued to recycle, and not just for the extra money, but to help save the environment. Hi everyone, my name is Miley Nagita, and I'm a researcher that studies pollution and waste. I'm here to tell you about the dangers of humans and how they contribute to the buildup of domestic waste and pollution across the world, and what we can do to help combat this issue. To start, if you were to give an estimate, how much trash do you think you produce in a day alone? Maybe just a bag of chips from lunch and your Ziplocs that helped your apples? According to the data collected in 2018 by the EPA, the United States produces about 4.9 pounds of domestic waste per person per day, and about 268 million tons per year. It may not come to a surprise, but the United States has one of the worst ecological footprints in the world, and when countries have a large ecological footprint, they typically use more fossil fuels for energy, have more imported goods, have more consumption of food, and have a larger capita of waste overall. This is the case for many countries around the world, but the worst case is China. China is not only the country with the highest ecological footprint, but it also is one of the most populated countries and produces the most pollution and waste in the world. China accounts for 15% of the global municipal waste and produced 11.47 billion tons of carbon dioxide emissions in the year 2021 alone. The country also contains 1,412.75 billion people, which takes into account about 18% of the world's population. With this population size, the demand for food continues to increase and poses a threat to the environment. To sustain the number of people, outstanding amounts of natural resources and energy are used up, not the most sustainable way. Previously, they relied heavily on coal, natural gas, and primarily thermal power, which are all non-renewable energy sources, but now they are starting to incorporate hydropower, solar, and wind. This country has the biggest manufacturing industry in the world, heavily contributing to water, ground, and air pollution. But as these energy sources are continuously changing to incorporate renewable sources, the state of China is slowly becoming better. There is less overpopulation, with it slowly decreasing as we enter into 2023 and leading to a slightly lower demand for manufacturing to sustain a population that large. With conscious efforts, China plans to have a carbon neutrality by 2060 as a part of the United Nations goals to decrease pollution. While this main country is making very quick progress to restore some of the planet's worst damages to the environment, this is only one small aspect of the overall picture. Waste is such a problem and can cause irreversible damage. An example of this is the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. There are so many microplastics that this 1.6 million square kilometer patch of pure trash cannot be cleaned. This debris kills off marine life as they mistake trash for their own food or die due to the toxins in the trash being released into the water. Now, not only does it affect marine life, but also affects us humans. When the fish consume the trash and we eat them, it also is entering our stomachs. This is only one specific example of pollution that is harming different aspects of the earth, but there are so many more examples. Air pollution continues to get worse, heavily contributing to global warming and harming a variety of ecosystems. Last year, 2022, was the sixth hottest year ever recorded in world history, showing how much of a problem global warming is. The rate of global warming has doubled since 1981, increasing by 0.32 degrees Fahrenheit or 0.18 degrees Celsius per decade, according to studies done by climate.gov. With this continuous increase in temperatures, sea levels will rise, more glaciers will melt, frequent heat waves will occur, and animals will be displaced. It is predicted by the year 2050 that the damage people have done to the planet will be irreversible. These issues may seem very extreme, but there are many ways to help combat the increase in waste and pollution and to help save the environment on your own. Some things everyone can do no matter where they are include the 3 R's, which are reduce, reuse, recycle, composting, buying secondhand, using sustainable modes of transportation, and shopping local. They all relate to each other, and even if the actions are as simple as these, they can make a great impact. Reducing the amount of waste produced will lower rates of pollution overall. Reusing items, including water bottles, will also decrease the amount of waste, or if you do use plastic water bottles, recycling them will allow them to be repurposed into something new. Composting will not only decrease the amount of food waste, but will also act as a natural fertilizer for your soil at home to replenish its nutrients. Buying secondhand is not only trendy right now, but also lessens the number of products being made and also reduces the amount of energy and resources that come with making these goods. Using sustainable modes of transportation, whether it be biking or taking public transit, can lower pollution emissions that heavily contribute to global warming. And finally, shopping from local places will limit the amount of packaging and carbon emissions from the vehicles used for transport. Any of these actions, or simply just being educated, can help stop global warming, lower domestic waste, and can help save our planet one recycled bottle at a time. Thank you!